guys, it's Artifact, and this is take 17 of this stupid intro. Basically, what I've been trying to say for the past 16 attempts is I'm sorry for the lack of Ashes content this week. Life has been busy. And I'm gonna talk about the raiding scene in Ashes of Creation. Also, the algorithm's really mad at me. Let's get into it. Okay, I'm sorry. I know, I imagine some of you guys are tired of me talking about Destiny. But my first raiding experience, the reason why I love raids so much is because of Destiny. One of my favorite gaming memories, especially multiplayer, is my first Destiny raid, and that was Crotas End. Just because of how atmospheric it is, right? You start out on the moon, and you jump down into the Hellmouth, and you go down this large pit into like a cloud of darkness, and all you see is nothing. Then hundreds and hundreds of thralls start running at you, and you're running blind through hundreds of thrall into lanterns, and it's such a amazing experience. And the reason why it stuck with me so much is because it felt like a big... When you do one of the raids in Destiny 1, not so much Destiny 2, but that's a different video I'll never do because the algorithm hates Destiny. Crotas End, King's Fall, Wrath of the Machine, and Vault of Glass, they all felt like a big deal when you were doing them, right? It felt like such a different part of the game, and only like 10% of players actually got into a Destiny 1 raid, which blows my mind. And it tells you how big of a deal a Destiny raid is. And that's what started the itch, that's what started the scratch. I'm like, I need more raids in my life. And so I googled, I'm like, what game genre has raids like these? And that's what got me into MMOs, is the raiding scene, because I had that itch from Destiny. Crotas End, King's Fall especially. They will just stick with me for my gaming career. And some of my favorite social memories are failing at raids. Even Final Fantasy XIV has amazing raids. El Gaia, the Nier series, and even a Final Fantasy raid feels separate, right? World of Darkness had its own little story going on. I wasn't too big on the Sky Pirates from oh my gosh, the Skyrim DLC. Heaven's Ward. I'm so sorry, Final Fantasy people, if you're watching this. But basically where I'm getting at is just the mystique and the legacy of the raids and what they bring to the players. That social dynamic, that social experience. And I also think they're just good for endgame health. One of the things that scared me away from Black Desert, I got to level like 32 in Black Desert, so I did bite a good chunk out of it. But Black Desert is mostly PvP endgame, which I do not mind, right? I don't have a single problem with sieging a castle or something like that, because they still require team effort, they still require a lot of skill. But there's something about raiding with the buddies on a Friday night that will bring you closer. That's how you make friends, I feel like, is coming together and fighting the boss, or fighting through the boss rush that is the raid, right? And hoping those boots drop, hoping the arms drop, and just doing a raid again and again and again, just hoping to get that amazing raid set, or the amazing raid. And then the first time going through a raid blind, either really frustrating or really fun, right? I've never done a D1 Destiny raid, even though I have attempted many. I have done day one Final Fantasy raids. Really, raids in Final Fantasy are just extended dungeons that don't take a lot of group effort. But you do wipe a lot, trying to figure out what's going on. And I just love the puzzle solving of how do we get past this boss, or how do we get to the boss, or here's a big puzzle with lots of jewels and lots of crests, and I wonder what this switch does. And as 6, 10, 12 people try to talk to each other, and the teamwork and the puzzle solving, I just love it so much. And I feel like it's a good alternative when people don't exactly want to sweat. Now granted, doing a raid isn't much better because it's still sweaty in its own way, but at least you're not like competing against other players, right? It's just a team player against the game itself, not players versus players. And that's my personal taste in MMOs. I don't have a single problem with PvP endgame, and if that's who you're aiming for, that's who you're aiming for, but I feel like it's such a delicate line, isn't it? Because you don't want to pander to everyone and then suck at everything because your game is so thin. You know, Destiny 2. But that being said, a game that's so neat, where only a certain amount of people want to play it, is also not healthy. I feel like Guild Wars does this pretty good, where they have a lot of PvP, but there is stuff for PvE players, like the fractals, and I do believe Guild Wars has raids, don't they? Yeah. I never got to do one because I cannot raid with WSD. So this was going to be a video of itself, and it's still going to be a video of itself, but raid armor sets. I just love raid armor sets. I just love going into something and then coming out looking bigger than life, right? But I love, like, struggling finally get that gear. Like the Armorcron chest. Oh, I grinded a long time for the Armorcron chest. That's the chest piece I'm wearing now, by the way. I love, like, being able to flex what you've done in game and earning those armor sets. And that's, I gotta be careful here because I'm kind of spoiling another video I'm gonna do someday. But basically, armor sets say where you've been, what you've done in the game, and they show other players your successes and your raid armor sets. They just look really, really cool. Part of the reason why I'm worried about realistic armor is because, you know, realistic raid sets kind of sound boring to me. I want spikes on spikes, I want spikes on skulls, I want heel boots. But that's just me being me. The rewards from raids, I just love being that top percent of gamers that actually enter a raid wearing the raid armor and saying, look where I've been. And that's the biggest appeal of raids. I really hope Ashes has large-scale raids. I would love some raids in Ashes of Creation. And I hope the endgame does have some PvE in it, and not just a big PvP fest. That's all I had. Thanks for watching. Again, I'm sorry for the lack of Ashes this week. And I know the algorithm's kind of mad at me, so this video's probably not gonna do the best. So if you could like and comment in the video to help it out a little bit so I can not be in trouble with YouTube anymore, I would greatly appreciate it. Yeah, since I'm already in Cringe Fest, you might as well hit the subscribe button. I hate being that YouTuber though, like, make sure you hit the bell button. Oh, make sure you turn on notifications. It's just, I don't know, I don't like doing it. I just don't like doing it because when people, oh, this is the end of the video. This is when opinions fly, apparently. But, like, I know for me, when I'm watching YouTubers, right, especially one I've never seen, and he starts off the video saying, oh, make sure you hit the bell button and make sure you subscribe. I'm like, I ain't gonna subscribe to you until you earn my trust. And so that's why I hate saying it, especially at the beginning of the video, because, like, let me watch a few of your videos first and then I'll subscribe. Because I actually try to keep that my subscriptions kind of clean. So I know, because I'm one of those dudes where I gotta watch a video. I gotta watch a few videos before I hit that subscribe button. So that's why I don't ask you to subscribe that often, because I know how much it makes me mad. But, that was a tangent that wasn't necessary, huh? Okay, well, artifact out.